As many of you already know, the Kansas City Chiefs have been closely eyeing the Cleveland Browns' rising star, Shedeur Sanders. His talent, poise, and playmaking ability have caught the attention of scouts, analysts, and fans across the league, but none more so than the reigning Super Bowl champions. With the spotlight squarely on him this season, every snap he takes, every throw he makes, and every touchdown he scores will be under intense scrutiny. If Shedeur delivers a standout performance and lives up to the hype, there's a growing belief around the league that the Chiefs will make a serious move to acquire him next season. And honestly, if this dynamic quarterback joins forces with the powerhouse roster in Kansas City, it could be the beginning of an era of true dominance. With Shedeur in red and gold, we wouldn't just be contenders, we'd be unstoppable. Listen up, y'all. What I'm about to drop is going to rattle the entire NFL to its very foundation. And if you're a Chiefs fan, buckle up, because this revelation could rewrite the script for the entire 2025 season. Stick with me until the final second of this breakdown, because what's unfolding in Kansas City right now is next level. And I promise you, no one has dissected it quite like this. Drop a W in the comments if you're still riding for the Chiefs championship reign, or drop an L if you think they're skating on thin ice. And don't forget to obliterate that like button and hit subscribe, because what we're about to uncover could define their entire destiny this year. Now, let me tell you what's got me more fired up than a grill at Arrowhead in July. Behind closed doors, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are engineering something terrifying, the kind of preparation that only dynasties dare attempt. And I say that after years of watching this franchise evolve. Trust me, what they're building in that locker room, it's dangerous for every single team in the league. See, here's what most people completely miss about championship caliber teams. They don't coast. They don't sit back and flex their rings. The truly great ones, they dissect every flaw, magnify every imperfection, and rebuild their structure like it's on fire. That's what's happening in Kansas City right now. A full-blown recalibration. Andy Reid, the offensive maestro, the wizard behind the playbook, looked at his generational quarterback and said, "Patrick, we're leaving meat on the bone, and I'm not tolerating it anymore." Now that right there, that's not just coach speak. That's a seismic shift in philosophy. Reid has reportedly challenged Mahomes to push the ball downfield more. But understand, now this isn't just about throwing a few extra deep bombs. This is about removing the leash. This is about unleashing the most gifted quarterback in football and letting him detonate defenses at will. Think about it. Patrick Mahomes, the man who can launch a 60-yard dart while falling backwards, the man whose throws look like they came out of a Madden glitch, has been operating conservatively, checking down, taking what the defense offers instead of demanding what he desires. Yes, it's kept the offense efficient, but it hasn't struck fear the way Mahomes can. The spark is there, but now Reid is throwing gasoline on it. When Coach Reid pushes Mahomes like this, you see the difference between talent and transcendence. Mahomes doesn't just absorb the message, he weaponizes it. And when he says, let guys have chances to make plays, that's not a casual comment. That's a war cry. Translation, instead of the 5-yard safety valve, Mahomes is going to trust his guy to beat coverage deep. Instead of settling for a check down, he's going to throw with timing, precision, and audacity, trusting his receiver to win. That's what elevates a quarterback from excellent to elite. That mindset, aggressive trust, bold execution, and fearless ambition is what wins championships. Now let's shift the spotlight to the receiving core, because this room is about to become a battleground. Competition breeds greatness, and the WR unit in Kansas City is locked and loaded with hungry, dangerous weapons. Let's start with Rashee Rice. Before the injury, this young baller was cooking. In just 4 games, he racked up 288 yards and 24 receptions. That's 72 yards and 6 grabs per game. Project that out over a full season, you're staring at a 1,200 yard, 100 catch monster. That's not just good, that's elite tier production. But stats don't tell the whole story. What matters is the fire inside, and Rashi's coming back with vengeance. He knows he couldn't be there for his squad when they needed him most, and that either breaks a man or it builds a beast. Everything I'm hearing, Rice is choosing the latter. He's training like a man possessed. He said not just to earn a roster spot, but to redeem himself. When a player carries that kind of internal drive, that chip, that hunger, you see something special. The annual unveiling of Madden's prestigious 99 Club has once again sent ripples across the NFL universe, but nowhere is the uproar more intense than in Kansas City. For Chiefs Kingdom, the omission of Patrick Mahomes from this exclusive echelon isn't merely a rating blunder, it's a glaring misjudgment of what defines true quarterback supremacy in the modern NFL. The Madden 2699 club announcement has ignited widespread confusion, particularly regarding the opaque methodology used to determine who earns the game's highest honor. A 99 overall rating has long stood as the platinum benchmark in Madden lore, reserved for those who've demonstrated unrelenting dominance and transcendent excellence at their respective positions. It's a symbolic crown that separates the contenders from the icons. Patrick Mahomes, the two-time Super Bowl champion and former league MVP, now finds himself exiled from a club he's practically called home for years. The exclusion is not only baffling, it's borderline disrespectful. Given Mahomes' consistent presence in previous editions of the 99 Club, his absence this year feels less like a recalibration and more like a reputational slight. The quarterbacks who did receive the honor paint a telling picture of EA Sports' evolving evaluation process. Lamar Jackson's inclusion was expected. The Baltimore signal caller has redefined the dual threat quarterback archetype, carving up defenses with a rare blend of arm talent and rushing prowess. His impact on the field and in Madden gameplay is undeniable. However, it's the elevation of Josh Allen that has stirred the most controversy among Chiefs fans and analysts alike. Allen's ascent to the 99 Club coincides with his 2024 MVP campaign, a recognition that has undoubtedly influenced his Madden status. Yet many argue the MVP trophy itself was contentious, with a strong case that Jackson deserved the accolade instead. Statistically, the comparison between Allen and Mahomes presents a layered narrative. Allen's edge in total touchdowns, 47 to Mahomes' 36, cannot be dismissed. His efficiency as both a passer and rusher has boosted his reputation, especially with 12 rushing touchdowns that showcase his red zone versatility. Allen's reduced interception count further bolsters the argument that he's evolved into a more secure, calculated field general. But the story doesn't end there. Mahomes' superiority in passing yards and completion percentage paints a different portrait, one of surgical precision and strategic command. His 4,183 passing yards and 67.5% completion rate aren't just numbers, they're proof of his cerebral dominance. Mahomes thrives in the face of complex defensive disguises, engineered specifically to neutralize him. That level of attention warps stats, but magnifies greatness. Moreover, Kansas City's offensive identity under Andy Reid favors calculated ball distribution over gaudy stat chasing. Mahomes often sacrifices personal accolades for schematic efficiency, a sacrifice that leads to Lombardi trophies, even if it costs him Madden points. It's a strategic unselfishness rarely seen in an era obsessed with box scores. The broader 99 Club roster further exposes inconsistencies in EA Sports' evaluation model. Players like Saquon Barkley and Jamar Chase certainly dazzled in 2024, but their selection suggests a heavy bias toward recent explosiveness rather than legacy, leadership, or postseason poise. Barkley's resurgence, 2,005 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns, was electrifying, but his 99 badge is also clearly intertwined with his role as the Madden 26 cover athlete. As for Chase, his selection underscores the ever-growing influence of elite wide receivers in today's pass-heavy NFL ecosystem. His inclusion is valid, Yet it begs the question, if explosiveness alone is the criteria, where is the consistency in applying it to Mahomes, who has delivered under pressure with the entire football world watching? With 100 receptions, 1,280 yards, and 16 touchdowns, Jamar Chase firmly cemented his status as one of the NFL's most electrifying offensive threats. The Cincinnati Bengals dynamic wideout has become a go-to weapon, not only for quarterbacks, but also for Madden enthusiasts craving consistent, explosive production. His uncanny ability to generate separation and haul in contested catches has solidified his role as a virtual and real-life game changer. Yet perhaps the most eyebrow-raising addition to the 99 club is Lane Johnson, the Philadelphia Eagles' stalwart offensive tackle. His placement among Madden's elite has ignited fierce debate. Is this a groundbreaking tribute to trench dominance or a polarizing nod that overvalues collective team success over individual supremacy? While Johnson's role in fortifying the pocket and paving lanes for the run game is indisputable, his inclusion raises critical questions regarding positional prestige and the underlying philosophy behind Madden's rating system. This Eagles connection has also fueled speculation about possible bias within EA's rankings. Their Super Bowl triumph over Kansas City undeniably boosted player visibility, but how heavily that championship pedigree swayed individual ratings remains hotly contested. The perception, whether accurate or not, of preferential treatment only intensifies the uproar surrounding Patrick Mahomes' snub. Kansas City's absence in the 99 club isn't limited to Mahomes alone. Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, both once pillars of this elite fraternity, have also been excluded. Kelce's omission may be understandable given questions surrounding his recent decline in consistency, but Jones, his absence borders on indefensible. Chris Jones remains an unparalleled force on the defensive line, capable of dismantling an entire offensive game plan on his own. His rare blend of pass rushing dominance and run stopping strength makes him the foundation of Kansas City's defense. That he was left off this year's list despite maintaining an elite standard of play exposes the inconsistencies in Madden's evaluative approach. The subjectivity of the Madden rating process becomes more evident when we peel back the layers. Unlike pure statistics, which offer objective performance metrics, these evaluations incorporate perceived upside, marketability, and narrative momentum. While this multidimensional framework allows for nuance, it also introduces bias, ambiguity, and controversy that traditional analytics might circumvent. In today's NFL ecosystem, a 99 rating symbolizes far more than a digital advantage. It signifies cultural recognition and status. It's a public validation of greatness. So when a generational talent like Mahomes is excluded, it feels less like an oversight and more like an insult to his resume. And this doesn't just sting players, it resonates deeply with fan bases. Chiefs Kingdom's collective outrage reflects more than just loyalty. It represents a growing disillusionment with how Mahomes is being viewed across the league. When a two-time Super Bowl champion and perennial MVP contender is cast aside, it sends a message that even greatness isn't immune to underappreciation. But if there's one thing we know about Mahomes, it's this: he thrives on doubt and disrespect. Time and again, he has transformed perceived slights into fuel. Whether it's silencing critics on the field or engineering improbable comebacks under pressure, Mahomes has a well-documented history of rising to the occasion. And the timing of this snub couldn't be more compelling. In the aftermath of their Super Bowl loss to Philadelphia, the Chiefs enter the 2025 campaign under an intensified microscope. Can they reclaim their championship edge? Can Mahomes remain atop the quarterback hierarchy amid the league's shifting tides? EA Sports may not have answered those questions with a 99 rating, but the field will. Amid the frustration, a bright spot emerges in the form of Trent McDuffie, who earned a strong 94 rating after blossoming into one of the league's premier corners. His meteoric rise and lockdown playmaking offer Kansas City fans hope for the next generation of dominance. and a potential future 99 club candidate in the making. But the broader implications stretch beyond player pride. EA Sports, as the steward of the Madden franchise, carries an evolving responsibility. What was once just a video game rating now has ripple effects across fantasy football, brand deals, fan perception, and even locker room dynamics. With that level of influence, the integrity of the evaluation process must be beyond reproach. Madden's annual release has become a cultural event, and with each new edition, debates erupt over who was elevated and who was left behind. But this year's Mahomes omission isn't just another rating gripe. It's a pivotal moment in how we perceive legacy relevance and greatness.